There is.
We're on.
There is.
So, Mike, before we start, I wanted to tell you I'm going to spring this stat on you.
Uh-oh.
Did you know that we're averaging about just a little over 80 views an episode,
80 views,
which
huh?
is about 77 more people than I thought. 77
That's,
more views than I thought.
yeah, that's pretty good, especially I forgot to watch last week's to push up one more.
I called my parents. They were like, "Oh, we're watching Jeopardy." I'm like, "Well,
Jeopardy.
did you watch the new Random Thoughts yet?" And you're like, "I was like, no."
No, no, but yeah, I'm sorry if we're so overbearing with our parents. They
Yeah.
just too much of us, but
Well,
they'll
and
get to it.
Teresa's the same. My wife's the same. She's like, "I live with you. I,
That's
I
right.
don't.
Yeah,
I don't need this."
yeah. I would think
Yeah.
the immediate family is excused. They get that peremptory challenge not to have to watch. And they just roll their eyes.
Right.
Hmm.
Well, it's a good place to start. I'm going to start with I have a take. I have a thought.
Okay.
So it's about the biggest thing in going back to work that I'm looking forward to is not being viewed as a total idiot by my wife. And I alluded to this to you last time we spoke.
Yeah.
You and I often compare notes on our wives. They're kind of similar. They're both teachers. We
Pictures,
we
yeah.
both admittedly have married up.
Way up. Yeah.
But the things that she asks me to do in a day, I just kind of randomly do them at work. And sometimes I forget, like, did you mail that? Of course I mailed it. Drive back to the office and mail it the next day. But it inevitably gets done. I'm not lying. It's just, it got done.
Hmm.
And she didn't know how, it just got done.
Yeah.
Now that I'm at home, when she puts something on the counter, it's like, mail this.
Yeah.
And an hour later, it's still there. She's like, you got to get out. The guy just came. Did you mail this? I have nowhere to hide. At least at Akhia, I could be like, yeah, I dropped it in the box. I don't know why it takes longer from Hudson. Like all of my flaws are being exposed. Like I'm falling apart here.
Well, and plus she probably pretty much knows where you are at all times during the day.
Yeah.
When you're at work, yeah, maybe he's in a meeting, maybe
Can't answer. I'm in a meeting.
yeah, and the letter got mailed at some point during the day, as long as it did.
Yeah.
Yeah. But here, yeah, Jen knows where I am at all times.
Yeah. I'm struggling. She already was worried about me to begin with, but now she's just totally like, you're hopeless and helpless.
Yeah.
Which
Well,
women and as you're watching it, and we're all hopeless. We're husbands. We don't have much going for us.
I think their fears are being realized, and that there's a real risk when we're not at home that we can bring harm to ourselves and others. Like we didn't think to open the doorknob before running into the door, and that might be it. Now that we're home, maybe we're getting used to this added instruction that we haven't had or have been used to not having when we were at work. So now we get back to work, it's going to be, like you said, bumping into each other.
It's a free for all.
Does this light switch work? I'm not sure. Yeah,
yeah.
Like I said, there's going to be that easing when we do come back of just, where are we? Like we've woken up, like in Alien when they wake up after the hypersleep.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. All right. Yeah, what's going on?
Well, it's now that we're home. I'm sending the Amazon packages to the wrong address, which she used wasn't a big deal.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, she sent this to Akhia. Like, oh, I'll just get it tomorrow. Now I'm a total mess because it's like, do you know that I ordered Yahtzee, by the way? I mean, because hey, big day coming. We're gonna play some Yahtzee. It's like, do you know Yahtzee? Did you order this for one? I'm like, yeah. She's like, well, it's going to Hudson.
Yeah.
Like, crap. So it's a good segue. That's what we call a segue, kids, or a transition. I don't know. You have been talking about how Amazon is like this perfect timeline of quarantine.
It is. It's almost like someone had said when this started, keep a diary, of every day at the quarantine, and you'll have this memory, of what life was like in this unusual time. And I realized I don't need a diary. I have my Amazon purchase history or orders, because I could look at each one and there is a little bit of a story behind it. Like, I mean, I'll be turning my head here because I'm looking at the other screen, but I just have these orders up. Like, we ordered a treadmill because Well, a couple reasons. There's a lot of story. Our treadmill finally gave out after 12 years.
Oh,
And
yeah,
we said,
a
all right,
long
well,
time.
let's order a treadmill. But you order it, but it's not going to be here till June. And so what's the
Oh,
story? Well, everybody's ordering exercise equipment because nobody's going to the gym.
right.
And that's why. And it's not an essential item from Amazon, remember? Because that's
Well, that's
the other part
true.
of the story. If it's necessary, Amazon will send it faster. But if it's maybe a book or a treadmill or something like that, it takes a little more time. It works its way back in the queue. It's crazy.
Did you see where they're bribing you now? If it's not rush, if you don't need it
Oh yeah.
right away, we'll give you $1.50 credit. And
Yeah,
I'm
it's
like,
so crazy.
heck yeah, I'm taking $1.50 credit because I've been renting all these 80 movies for my kids that are
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
$1.99. I'm like, that's Beetlejuice right there.
That is. Yeah. We've been doing some of that movie watching as well. Like you do the Google search for a movie and it's all watch options and
Yeah.
you ever do that and it comes up, you say, all right, is it on Netflix or Hulu? Ah, shit, it's nowhere. Amazon has it for $2. It's not bad, but
Well, some of these movies, like, how could they not be available? Like, we're staying at home in the spirit of keeping it tied to work. How is that going to affect everything when we get back to work? Are we going to be like, if there's any delay on anything,
mhm.
are we going to be so impatient? If Jimmy John's is, like 8 minutes because,
What is this?
yeah, you're not essential to deliver to.
Mhm.
How is this all going to work?
Yeah, I don't know. It was funny with the delay with the Amazon. You got me thinking because I think when this was earlier starting, and I think they were prioritizing food above most other things.
Mhm.
And Jen, just as a joke, as an inside joke, ordered me like Grey Poupon, and that came within a day. Just one little jar. I was like, I don't know if that's essential enough,
Well, I
in
feel like they have a certain reputation to uphold. Like,
yeah,
do you have any Grey Poupon? There
yeah,
needs to be some. And this has been that, and this where's the beef thing from
yeah,
Wendy's?
Wendy's,
I
yeah,
mean, we are right back to the 80s in a lot of
yeah,
ways.
yeah.
But so okay, so we digress.
No,
So
that was a
back
good
to Amazon. So
digression.
you bought a couple things.
We
What
got
else?
that. I got okay. There's a book, and the book reminds me I was probably bored, and had a break, and Amazon's right there. At least in the office you can't get a break, but here at home you're not watching. Oh no, let me just shop. It's a break, and you spend money. But I got my mom's Mother's Day gift. I've ordered those. Mom, it's coming. I
Very
won't say what
good.
it is, but it
Yeah,
reminds me of
don't give it
that.
away.
Yeah. Jen ordered a wreath for the door, so I was like, oh, her springtime wreath. There's that time. Lemon juice because we've been drinking for lemon-teenies. We've been drinking a little more
Oh,
on
yeah.
quarantine. So
Just a
yeah,
shade more.
it's funny because I don't know. Maybe I don't know measurements as well, but the bottle, you think, oh, it's just a little bottle. You look at how many ounces, whatever, and it comes like a keg. You'll never go through it, but it is. Yeah. Oh yeah. There's cranberry juice. That was for making what's that drink called? A metropolitan, cosmopolitan. Yeah.
Cosmopolitan. Yeah.
Oh, and the she bought expo markers because our wives are teachers, so Jen has a whiteboard that she records and teaches on. So, but Amazon is certainly I don't need to keep a diary because everything is right here.
It's there.
It's amazing.
Amazon knows. And when you think about, so you mentioned a few things that are tied to the office, the whiteboard
Yeah.
being a big one. When you get back to the office, like what is it that you miss the most? That made me think, like, I really miss my whiteboard. I
Yeah.
took
You have
my
a big
10-year-old's whiteboard the other day for a meeting with April, and I was sketching on it like
yeah.
this. And I was like, oh man, I really miss this. And I'm pretty sure nobody else does.
I miss having a working printer or a consistently working printer at
Oh
work
yeah.
because I'm old school. I like to, write the notes on it. And I do have a printer here, but it's so temperamental and you can hear it churning and it's smoking and all that stuff. It's like some instrument in Mad Max or something, just trying to gear. And after like 10 minutes, it finally decides to print. I'm like, yes, but yeah, at work, I miss the printer. Of course, we miss the people and the interaction and all of that.
Yeah, all
People,
that.
of course, it's yeah, whatever, yeah, we love you all. But what I really miss is the printer.
You know what was weird? I was in the office yesterday for our status meeting. So I called in on the screen. You saw me from the office. And everybody's like, whoa, you're in the office. But when I hung up, it was good to be in the office. But when I hung up, it was so quiet.
Mm-hmm.
And I was lonely for a split second because my kids and my wife weren't there. And I think we're going to have this shock of it's like going back and not being surrounded by your family. It just felt really weird.
Yeah, that's a good point. Or, well, I don't know your family. My family, they go to their holes, but just knowing they're nearby is something. But
yeah. You can yell out. But so we covered a lot with Amazon, and I have one. I didn't tell you I was going to do this, but I have one parting thought that I wanted to get your random take on. So we talked a lot about pants being an issue when we get back to work, and we had some fun with that. Did you see the article where they were talking about the sale of gum and mints have decreased by almost like 60%?
That's amazing. I was thinking about that.
Yeah.
Like
nobody cares about the height. I could have not brushed my teeth for 5 days.
Nobody would know.
You would have no idea.
Yeah. You can't know that, and because I thought of that. Yeah, at work before any meeting, you'll pop a mint or put some gum in.
Oh yeah. I'm a chronic gum chewer.
Yeah, all the time.
I can't not chew gum, and this has been like crazy.
Yeah, I chain chew. I eat halves at a time, and on another goes in. But even before this started, I was like, oh wait, I don't need a mint for this.
I don't want to waste it.
Yeah, I'm not
on my family.
Whatever money we've saved on gum, tenfold has gone to liquor.
Yes, it's been a fair trade. Okay, that is a fair trade. Actually, we come out on top with that.
We do.
But yeah, I was thinking that. I was like, cologne and perfume, breath mints, those type of things. Yeah, that's we're gonna be in. And I was reminded of it at the store. I put my mask on.
Yeah.
And you walk around a little bit, and you really shouldn't be chewing gum with the mask because it's up and down, and then you got to touch your face. It's just a whole big. And I'm awkward. I'm as awkward as they come, as you know. And I would be a mess. So chewing gum, and then I'm in there, and I'm just like, it's like 9:30 in the morning. I'm like, this is not good. People need to reload on the gum. If the sales are down, buy some gum.
Yeah, for the Wrigley family. Let's think of the Wrigleys, the Cert family,
Certs, man.
Breath savers.
Back.
Yeah, bring it back. Oh, this was good.
So this is good. So we kept it short today. We might have a little longer next week. We actually are planning ahead. This is
planning something.
Not good for us.
We're
planning ahead.
And we'll get back to that. I did see the question about the hot dog as a sandwich or not. Did you see somebody? I had some thoughts, but this might be a big discussion.
I think we can have a non-work version where we just tear things apart, and that's one of them. I mean, I'm going to answer that real quick, and then we can argue about it. But
we make debates where we can make debates just for the hell of it.
Right. Stay tuned. No, so we did it. All right, but this is our 4th episode, and Mike was mentioning earlier on our 5th episode. We might do a montage or a clips show. So you just never know.
To celebrate the 5th, I'll look back, remember when. Yeah, it'd be nice.
Right. All right. Till next week. See everybody later.
See you. Bye-bye.
Stay safe.